Hey, welcome to the Mass Breathers Morning Show. Good morning to everybody, of course. Today is the 4th day of May 2020. It is actually Labor Day in Antigua and Barbuda as well. And of course, welcome to the show. We have lots to talk about today. We're going to be going into a couple of things. We got a couple of things we want to be talking about this morning. So I'm just going to give you a chance to share the live. Let's get that going, and then we're going to take our first look by going into the newspapers of Antigua and Barbuda today. After that, we're going to take another commercial break, and then we're going to take a look at news from across the region. I also have some guests that's going to be joining me today as well. I'm going to be doing an interview with Rhythm Master and the Spaniard. You know, that's like the hottest dynamic duo of music and DJs in Antigua right now. So we're going to be chit-chatting with them for a little bit. All right, so share the live. Let's get this going. Share it. Let's go. But firstly, let's go take this commercial break. Of course, you know, it's all about the Mass Breathers Morning Show.
Hey, neighbor, what's up?
Hey man, Karen's complaining about the noise. I'm gonna need you to turn down the music a little bit. Oh, Shack! Is that the new Radio Shack self-powered wireless speaker system? That subwoofer looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And is that the 4-channel mixer with the built-in SD card reader?
Yeah, it's pretty...
Oh my Shack! You got the battery-operated 12-inch PA speaker as well?
Well, Radio Shack is my go-to place for all my DJ and audio gear, with the best prices in town.
Awesome! And is that a Bluetooth... Wait... DJ Kenny, are you having a party? How come we weren't invited?
Visit Radio Shack today for all your audio needs.
That workout was intense. Let's grab some water.
No prob. I'll go get it. Here you go, Jess.
Think you said you were going to get water.
So, what's this?
I need a water that is just as good as that workout.
Okay.
I only drink Oasis Water because it's the most trusted brand and the only locally produced water that is internationally certified.
Wait, a big thing's that?
Yeah, it's the only water that tests in their own lab at Dunbar's and sent to Canada for further testing.
So you would tell me Oasis have a Canadian visa and me not have none yet?
All I'm saying, trust the brand. It's so good, it's asked for by name.
So, what am I to do with this water, yeah?
Well, you can go home and throw me in your iron.
Oasis Water, a product of the Antigua Distillery and distributed island-wide by Premier Beverages.
Subway for you, Subway for me.
Subway, Reckless Street is open for delivery and curbside pickup orders only. So go to the Quick Serve website or download the app for delivery orders. Or call us at 562-5539 or 562-5639 to place your orders for curbside pickup at Subway. We are here for you.
Subway for you, Subway for me.
All right, let me apologize for that break there a while ago, people. Of course, welcome to the Mass Breathers Morning Show. It is a beautiful day. As I told you from this week, the format of the show is going to be slightly different, okay? We're not going to be doing too much of the music thing because I keep getting copyright strikes. So we're throwing that out of the window for now, but we're still going to have some great bit of entertainment. I'm going to be chit-chatting with some very interesting people, and we're going to be going into hot topics and issues and so on and so forth. So you want to make sure that you stick around for the show. Now, I will encourage you to share the live. Let's get that going. Share the live for me, please. Let's get the live going here, there, and everywhere. Let me say good morning to the folks who are watching right now on the your Antiguan and Barbudan page, but share the live. All right. So the first thing we're going to do right now, and let me share my page because, you know, I got the technology to do certain things. The first thing we're going to do right now, we're going to take a look at the Point Express and see what's happening in that paper for this morning. So let's go take a look there. The headline for the Point Express is Prime Minister Brown, no layoffs. All right, that's going to be a story on page 3. We're going to take a look at that. And it goes on to say here that taxi drivers in crisis, the COVID-19 impact. All right, so we're going to take a look at some of the articles in the Point Express paper today, and then we're going to take a look at some of the articles in the Daily Observer, and we're going to get through that. All right, so make sure you get yourself a nice cup of tea or a nice cup of coffee. Let's enjoy the morning show. I'm going to take a sip of mine. Just bear with me, okay? Okay. Here is another article. It says, FET organizers, distributors lose millions. Okay. So let's take a look at some of the items in the paper now. Let's start with this one here. FET organizers, distributors lose millions. The cancellation of the pre-carnival FETs coupled with the cancellation of the Antigua Carnival 2020 will incur losses in the millions of dollars to organizers. The assessment coming from the country's festival minister, Darrell Matthew, as he gave an update of the economic impact of the cancellations brought on by COVID-19. He emphasized that entertainment was not just a person to revel and have fun, but it's a major business and economic driver. The economic contribution of the entertainment sector has often been overlooked, underreported, and misrepresented. The industry impacts a plethora of stakeholders, both the obvious and those which may not be that obvious, said Minister Matthew. He further explained that the cancellation of Carnival was inevitable and added that plans will now be focused on ensuring that the event will be even more memorable and captivating in 2021. He also encouraged organizers of the various social events and FETs which have been cancelled or postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic to use the time to regroup and deliver products that would not only entertain patrons, but positively impact the nation's economy. Given the massive and total cancellation of all events and festivals due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all of the stakeholders will suffer catastrophic loss of income totaling millions. It is therefore important that promoters streamline events to ensure greater efficiency and to offer the public increased value for money, Minister Matthew said. You know what's so interesting about this? You remember that there was a situation in Antigua and Barbuda a while back with regards to taxes being incurred by promoters. And I'm not talking about Echo. I mean, with everything, the entertainment tax. And one of the arguments was you can't so heavily tax the entertainment industry because we pay a lot of taxes indirectly to a lot of things. And the cottage industries, let's say for argument's sake, that is supported, that the entertainment industry supports, will take a loss if taxation means that certain events can't happen and won't happen. And it's so funny that in this article here, it alludes to so many areas that are being affected by not having FETs or entertainment. And I could name a bunch of areas that would have lost revenue because, there's no FETs happening. Of course, the drinks distributors are going to take a hit. Persons that provide certain infrastructure to FETs, they're going to take a hit. But it is what it is, man. Let's continue here. Let's go into the paper. It says, Prime Minister Brown, no layoffs. Okay, we're going to take a look at that. Let me have a sip of tea first. All right. Prime Minister, the Honorable Gaston Brown, has made a commitment that layoffs of public servants will not be a priority in this government's efforts. To restart the economy and keep it vibrant while it battles the effects of COVID-19 virus on the nation's economy. Okay. Speaking during a national broadcast on Sunday, a day before the observation of Labor Day, because today is Labor Day, people. Happy Labor Day to you. Prime Minister Brown outlined there are many projects, both economic and social, that the government has budgeted to deliver this year, which cannot be done because of the comprehensive bludgeoning of the economy by COVID-19. These, he said, would have resulted in government attracting much needed revenue. In these circumstances, the obvious policy is to reduce expenditure drastically. In doing so, the government would be forced to reduce employment in the public service by layoffs and terminations, as has been done in the private sector. But my government would not take that action except at a last resort. We are a caring government. one that always puts the interests of people first, Prime Minister Brown said. Hey, if you want more on this, you can go over to the Point Express. This is an article in the Point Express. I think they would send out WhatsApp messages with links to this article here, so you can go over to the Point Express and get more on that. We're going to now take a look at another article in the paper. It says taxi drivers in crisis, the COVID-19 impact. Now, this is another area where people are gonna are losing revenue. So taxi drivers in crisis, the COVID-19 impact. Now, one of the sectors most negatively impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic has been the men and women providing taxi services to visitors in Antigua and Barbuda. And that is so true. From the airport to the cruise port and those stationed at hotels, there are tales of woe and hardship coming from this critical segment of the tourism industry. President of the United Taxi Association at the airport, Ian Joseph, said their business went from high to zero almost overnight when the government closed the airport to all commercial traffic at the end of March in a bid to stop the importation of the virus into the country. We had no warning that it would have had been this drastic. There is no playbook that we refer to and see how to navigate this. We should also be grateful that none of the taxi drivers at the airport got sick. We were in the front line, but we used all the precautions possible when it became completely necessary, he told Point Express in an exclusive interview. Joseph reported that the association members keeping the faith, although they are now unemployed and financially vulnerable. Aren't we all, bro? Aren't we all? All right. We have no income for the last few weeks, although we have huge outstanding monies owed to us that we are always or still trying to collect. That would be able to cushion the effects of the drivers, he disclosed, referring to perhaps hundreds of thousands of dollars owed to taxi drivers by the airlines and tour operators. That is rough, especially when there's money that you have out there that you can't collect for whatever situation, for whatever circumstance. That is rough. Additionally, he bemoaned the fact that as a sector, taxi drivers are not covered under any of the social food benefits or any stimulus package, which I think should change personally. All right. If you want more of that, you can go and check out the Point Express newspaper. I'm just going to go through some more headlines. I'm not going to give you the full stories for some of the others. This is another one, young child among COVID cases. I think we heard about that on social media, a 6-year-old boy. High praises for healthcare workers. That is good. That is very good. Okay, this is cool because, I'll give you a tip. I actually shop at Oops Supermarket. It's close to where I live, and it usually doesn't have any big, massive lines. So I usually go there. There's a little less, variety than other places, but it gets the job done. So I usually go to Oops. And I said I wasn't going to read anymore, but I'm going to read this one. Oops Supermarket donates groceries for care packages. In April, Oops Supermarket did their part in helping to provide some relief to affected families for the COVID-19 economic fallout. Management of the supermarket on Old Prime Road donated approximately 75 bags of groceries to the St. John's Rural East and St. John's City West constituencies food relief program. The donated items are said to have been included in the delivery of food items to families which have been adversely affected financially by the COVID-19 pandemic. A spokesperson from the constituency said the donation was greatly appreciated and it was a timely addition to the program. The branch office thanked the supermarket for acting on good corporate social responsibility during these difficult times. That's a good look there from Oops Supermarket. I really like what they did there with regards to that. I shop there, and because of this, I'm going to continue to shop there because of the good work that they've been doing. All right. So, guys, we're going to take a look at some news items from across the Daily Observer. I will probably hold back the news items from around the region until after we do our interview, because the time is kind of running close. So let's go take a look at the Daily Observer. It says here, I almost gave up. All right. Recovered COVID patients relate to their battles back to health. I'm going to read more on that. I think that's a cool story to read. So, recovered COVID patients relate to their battle back to health. From uncontrollable coughing and shortness of breath to vomiting blood and anxiety attacks, former COVID patients have revealed their experiences battling the potentially deadly virus. All right. After speaking to Observer Radio's Big Issue show, the message was clear. Residents should take every precaution to protect themselves against the coronavirus. 4 people, 3 with links to Antigua and Barbuda, were guests to the weekly program yesterday. I want to tell people it's not a joke. It is a lonely sickness because when you are there, it is you alone. People need to take it seriously. June Fortune, a coronavirus patient who has been quarantined in Antigua, told Observer. Fortune said that she arrived in Antigua on the last flight from New York before the airport was closed. About 2 days later, she started experiencing some of the virus symptoms. She said it became so severe, she started vomiting blood and could hardly move. Victor Tuckett, who lives in New York but is originally from Trinidad, has been left with kidney issues as a result of the illness. I almost gave up from all the pain, he said. But he reassured others, adding, it's a very trying time, but place your hope in God and you will make it through. Both Fortune and Tuckett said that initially their headaches were mistaken for high blood pressure. They urge others to be vigilant to COVID-19 symptoms. Fortune, the only one of the 4 speaking yesterday to be treated for the illness in Antigua, said the outcome could have been very different. Georgia resident Jessica Edwards, who is of Antiguan descent, described her experience as very, very hard. She explained that support from family, albeit not physically, is extremely important to a COVID-19 patient. I had anxiety attacks because you are left there alone for so long and my breathing got really bad at night. So I'm very thankful for my family, friends, she said. Edwards added that when the virus gets you, it takes a hold of you. It forces you to be able to face your mortality and understand that something you can't see can really take you out. Well-known businessman and long-term Antiguan resident Derek Barrett, who is still in the Dominican Republic where he fell ill, also spoke of his experiences. The developer and realtor said his symptoms started with a headache, then migrated to aches and pains that were so bad, if I rolled over in my sleep, they woke me up. But he said he was able to stem the effects to his chest with the over-counter medicine. I made a point to use Listerine 4 or 5 times a day, gargling it in the hope that if the thing was in my throat, I could stop it from going into my lungs. All 4 recovered patients credited support from loved ones and a higher power with helping them get back on their feet. Guys, this is a very interesting article here with regards to persons who have been suffering from the coronavirus and who have recovered. We're going to take a commercial break in just a bit. I have a few guests here that I'm going to be having a conversation with. We're going to have a chit chat, and then we're going to come back, take a look at some hot topic issues. And then after that, we're going to go into some news from across the region. So stay right here with me. Of course, the Mask Breathers Morning Show is going to be right back, and we'll get you more information right after we go take this very short commercial break.
Hey neighbor, what's up?
Hey man, Karen's complaining about the noise. I'm gonna need you to turn down the music a little bit. Oh, Shack! Is that the new Radio Shack self-powered wireless speaker system? That subwoofer looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And is that the 4-channel mixer with the built-in SD card reader?
Yeah, it's pretty...
Oh my Shack! You got the battery-operated 12-inch PA speaker as well?
Well, Radio Shack is my go-to place for all my DJ and audio gear with the best prices in town.
Awesome! And is that a Bluetooth... Wait... DJ Kenny, are you having a party? How come we weren't invited?
Visit Radio Shack today for all your audio needs.
That workout was intense. Let's grab some water.
No prob. I'll go get it. Here you go, Jess.
Think you said you were going to get water.
So, what's this?
I need a water that is just as good as that workout.
Okay.
I only drink Oasis Water because it's the most trusted brand and the only locally produced water that is internationally certified.
Wait, a big thing's that?
Yeah, it's the only water that tests in their own lab at Dunbar's and sent to Canada for further testing.
So you would tell me Oasis have a Canadian visa and me not have none yet?
All I'm saying, trust the brand. It's so good, it's asked for by name.
So, what am I to do with this water, yeah?
Well, you can go home and throw them in your iron.
Oasis Water, a product of the Antigua Distillery and distributed island-wide by Premier Beverages.
Subway for you, Subway for me.
Subway Reckless Street is open for delivery and curbside pickup orders only. So go to the Quick Serve website or download the app for delivery orders. Or call us at 562-5539 or 562-5639 to place your orders for curbside pickup. At Subway, we are here for you.
Subway for you, Subway for me.
All right, welcome back, guys. Of course, you know it's all about the Mass Breathers Morning Show. Yours truly, Kenny D, here in your company, and I'm going to be with you up until 10 o'clock. I got two very special guests with me right now on the line. We're going to be having a chit-chat. You know, I call them my sons, you know, and that is no joke, really, when I say that. I have both of them here. Let me get both of them sorted out here. Rhythm, where you gone? Rhythm, like a camera stick. I don't know what happened to your camera. I can't see you. I can hear you, but I can't see you. Let's get that going.
Good now?
No, still not good. I can still hear you, but I still can't see you.
All right, let me leave and try to come back in. Give me a second.
Okay, all right, good. Do that. All right, so in the meantime, though, we got the man, the Spaniard here. Hey, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what's good, Kenny?
Good. All right, so, you know, of course, on this show,
anything sticking?
You're good, man. You're good. All right,
great.
I hope I didn't wake you up too early for this chit chat here.
Breakfast cut.
You know, growing boys, y'all need your breakfast.
yes, exactly.
All right, so we got Rhythm Master here as well. Rhythm, what's going on?
I'm here. Good morning to everybody. Spaniard, what's going on, bro?
I'm good. Morning to you, bro.
No, you know, I wanted to have a chat with you guys because, you know, I consider you two like my sons, you know, in the musical sense of things. You guys have been right now the hottest duo, DJ duo on the island right now. So I wanted to talk about that somewhat. So before we get deep down into that, I want y'all to tell the people a little bit about who you are. Let's start with you, the master. You know, I've known your mom before I know you because she used to teach me music in school. You know, so who would have thought that for all the stress I got about learning to play the recorder in first form, I would have to deal with her son later on in life. So tell us about how you got into the whole thing with the master.
All right, my name is Rhythm Master. Government name Darren Byron. I'm 20 years old. I'm an Antiguan. I grew up in a musical family.
Mm-hmm.
So a family of musicians on both the side. Both my parents are musicians. From an early age, you know, I was just into music. I can't even know. As soon as I started to walk, from walking, I was taking up cassettes, taking up CDs, putting them in a stereo set, just listening to speakers. By the time I was, I think about 5 or so, I got electrocuted. I'm okay. But yeah, you know, I've been around music so much that it's in my blood, and I'm probably, if you dig me right now, you'll see musical notes coming out. Learning to play instruments. My grandmother taught me how to play the piano from the time I knew myself.
Wow.
You know, was reading, was going up by her house, learning music. Throughout primary school, learning different instruments. I know quite a few instruments actually, and I think I took the transition from being a musician, I think, to a DJ somewhere around grade 3, grade 4.
Mm-hmm,
so my father would always have different CDs and all that. I also grew up in a Christian home, so you know, at church, I was always involved with music. I was playing different instruments at church,
Right.
but then
Right.
he would be the one in charge of, if there's a event or affair or whatever, he would be setting up the speakers and mics and all of that. So I was always around that.
Okay.
And
Spaniard.
Well,
Go ahead,
I was
go ahead.
going to say I can't hear Spaniard actually.
You can't.
Oh, you
Spaniard.
can't hear me?
Nah. But we'll go from there. It's okay.
You guys
Well,
can't hear me?
I can hear you, Spaniard. Folks who are watching, if you can hear Spaniard, because I can hear him. So once I can hear him, you should be able to hear him too. Folks who are watching, if you can hear Spaniard, let me know. But Spaniard, what about you, man? How did you get into the whole music industry?
Okay, so I found out something kind of late, but it came across from a young age. I was actually raised above Laviscon Studio. You know Laviscon Studio, right?
Yes, Laviscon Brass.
Yeah, I was raised above Laviscon Studio. I was down there always wrecking equipments the night before them guys had a gig to actually play on. Also, my father was a musician. My mom was a DJ back in her days in the Dominican Republic. And while growing up, I was always around music. My brothers always played music, were always in the music. I had one brother that was actually approaching to be a DJ, but he kind of dropped off, but dealt with more sound systems and so on. My other brothers as well always dealt with audio. And, being around the music, growing up, you had to grasp something. And then coming up, I started playing in little places, little parties, Spanish ways, Spanish people, one little radio, and the party is tip-top.
Party lit.
Party lit. So, came up between high school and kind of fell off for a bit because the moving in and moving out back and forth within the Dominican Republic, coming back,
right? And
then with DJ Nez, as one of the veterans in the business, went around Nez and he motivated me to get back into the music and get in there. And then I met up with Kennedy as well. Kennedy, yeah, Kennedy. Guys, Kennedy had a lot to put into this as well. You guys may not know.
I'm gonna give you all a joke, right? I'm gonna give you all a joke.
Kennedy was the first individual that actually carried me overseas.
Yeah.
To play.
Let me give you all a joke. I'm gonna tell him where I met you first, Spaniard. I'm gonna tell him where I met you first. So I was one of the persons who I think I was probably the first person or first DJ in Antigua that used to really do them store gigs, right? I remember we used to do Rising Star, we used to do Shoe Palace and so on. And at the time, Spaniard used to still go to school. I think he was like maybe 14, 15, young guy, still very young. He used to work there part-time on the summer vacations or whatever the case may be. And he was even suit then. Everything that I did when it comes to DJing, he wanted to, how you do that? It was very, very, very even. He was even suit then. You know what I'm saying? And I used to always tease him because if you know Spaniard has always been sort of muscle up. I used to say, boy, you too young to be, you can't be this young. You have to be a grown man in some young boy's body. You know what I'm saying? So that's my first interaction with Spaniard. And our paths kept crossing, and so on. And I kind of lent my mentorship to him. I met with the master through Spaniard. I think I met with the master first, and then after this through Spaniard I met you first, isn't it?
I don't remember the story. I don't remember how we met, Ken. And to be honest, I don't remember how we met.
I think it's through Spaniard. Or through gigs or something. I don't know. And then that whole chemistry just worked. So you guys has been doing some big things together. You guys had your pajama party when this whole coronavirus thing kicked up. You've been doing some big things and some big shows across Antigua. What started the whole thing for y'all to come together and link up and do this together?
Well, I think I'll tell that story a bit. It's funny enough. It leads back to two DJ competitions. I'm not sure if Spaniard hear me, but I'll start off the story. The first encounter Spaniard I had with each other, I think it was a DJ competition around 2014 or so. They had a inter-school DJ competition. It was held at YMCA, and I was going to grammar school at the time. He was going to Clare Hall, and I mean, I wasn't studying anybody in the competition. I would have knew a few other DJs from other schools, whatever, but I didn't really know anybody from Clare Hall. They didn't Spaniard, but I saw him perform. He did his thing. I mean, neither of us were victorious, but
who won the competition?
I think it was Darius.
I have no idea who that is.
He's a part of the song.
Fats One.
Yes.
He's a part of 3/7.
Right, 3/7. Yes. Mm-hmm. So he's a part of 3/7 now, but he was going to PM at the time, and it was between him and More Vibes Sound. DJ Marcus, and DKC Darren. Yeah. So it was between those two. In the end, they had it out, but throughout we made a good camaraderie. Met everybody, and I think that's when we shared numbers and all that. We've been in touch since. Then, going through that, we finished school, and then we met up again at State College. And State College is when things really kicked off. It would have been my first year. He would have been in second year. And they had a DJ competition, which was sponsored by Vibes FM as well.
Yes.
And I remember, we had done one or two college gigs already. They had parties within the college and all that. And, we were just DJs and we did our thing. But then when it came to the competition, he wasn't in the mood to do the competition. And a lot of people were trying to cheer him. And I was like, yo, go in the competition. I want a real competition. And, eventually the morning he came up with his laptop and did his thing. Now, funny enough, I was prepared for the competition and he was winging it basically on the day, only putting together his set on the day. And guess what happened?
I know what happened.
Me.
Yeah, I know what happened.
Spaniard banged me. Spaniard, who put together his set probably half an hour before the event, banged me. I mean, it came second, but he banged me.
Yeah. I know exactly what happened.
From them. I mean, it was still all love then. Even though I lost, it was a close one, whatever the case may be. But it brought us a little closer.
Said I had a close one yesterday.
And from then, it was so close that Super Diamond, big up Super Diamond, he decided, listen, we're going to give both of y'all an internship at Vibes FM.
Yeah.
From there, we both did our thing. I mean, I didn't stick around for a bit, my path led otherwise. But Spaniard stuck on, and even during that time, we then definitely met you then, we were in the office, whatever, and we grew closer. We started to see our faults, just work with each other a lot, and that's where our real connection started.
All right. Now, you alluded to the fact, that I was the first person to bring you guys on your first overseas gig. I remember, I'm going to give stories, right? If people don't be mad, this is what I do. I give stories. This gig was in Angola, and I had to actually, because you were not even 18 at the time, Rhythm Master. I think he was 17. No, he was 17.
I would have been turning 17 that year.
Yeah.
It would have been like 2 months or so, yeah.
So people, let me tell you what happened. I had to actually get Rhythm Master's parents' permission and everything. Sit down, meeting, do's and don'ts, blah, blah,
Don't
blah.
forget the signatures.
You know what I'm saying? So when I say I'm his father, I was his father for that weekend. I was his legal guardian for that weekend. You know what I'm saying? so it is, and it was an awesome gig in Angola, man. There's some funny stories that came out of that with missing flights, but we're not gonna get into that here. We're not gonna get into that here at all. So you guys came together finally, and you decided you were going to do the whole thing together. What has the response been like? Because Rhythm, you're well known across the region for your edits and your remixes and so on and so forth. So your name carries weight in the community, especially amongst DJs, because no matter where you go, Carnival in Miami, Carnival in Trinidad, Carnival in Atlanta, wherever, you're gonna hear a rhythm master edit or an intro or a remix. You're just going to hear it, no matter who,
Redeem.
right? So, what was things like when you guys came together for the first time? You remember what event y'all officially came together for the first time and did?
Glow Walk.
Glow Walk. I think I have a
Glow
video of that. Do I?
Glow Walk.
So
Glow Walk.
so then from that, what happened? What was that experience like?
I remember Rhythm always had a gig before Big Big where I was. For some reason Rhythm always had a gig and he had to come and finish off. And I was playing and there was a vibe and then Rhythm was supposed to do the finishing. So while Rhythm was there doing the finishing, he came across and he hopped on the truck and it was just like presence, as you said, carry weight.
Mm-hmm.
So the presence was powerful. So I was like, wow, they enjoyed my vibe and then rhythm vibe. So like Dragon Ball Z, when they combine, yeah. So like I was like, you know what? Let me just take up the mic because at that time I decided to start taking up the mic a bit. So
Mm-hmm.
I said, let me take up the mic and just go around and hype people. And
Right.
once you hype up people, is more energy.
Right.
And rhythm selection and my hyping just became one.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just something out of the blue that when we went back to college the Monday morning, it was like you could walk into college and no one is talking to you, but you could hear people talking about it
Right.
the whole way, and they don't have to say, "Hey, it's funny you were hyped." You just hear about it around the whole compound.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So
So
what's next? Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
no, ever since then, it just became one unit.
Okay. So what's next for you guys? I know with this whole coronavirus thing, it slowed up a lot of things that were here to come. Carnival now happen again in Antigua this year. A lot of the prefects, Ghana, Guasa. So hopefully, what's next for you guys?
Personally or together?
Both, personally and together.
Personally, I mean, I actually had started planning to get into producing. So I was taking the whole remixing, edits, and all of that to a next level. I mean, I've been very much been cussed down. Yo, you should be producing, make a beat for me, all of that. And I felt like I wasn't ready because I still had a lot to learn. I still have a lot to learn, So I've been, for the past couple months, making a transition into the production world, the full production world. So that's what I've been working on. I mean, and also besides of that, just keep doing my DJ thing. I mean, where could it end? The sky's the limit. And I would say on my side now, I can't hear anything Spaniard saying, like I said, but I would think, but personally for us this year, we were planning to do a lot of traveling,
Right.
calling
Right.
people. We got a few calls, inquiries, and all of that. So we were trying to get some flights.
That's what's up. And I
I
always tell you guys, that's where you need to go. That's the level. That's why I thought it would be cool to get you guys a taste of that early in your career. Being to see what that whole vibe is like. You actually went to Anguilla after Rhythm Master and linked
Yes,
up
I
with.
went actually in January.
Tell us about that a little bit.
Big up Barry Hype, but big up to you, Kenny, first, because I mean, I was happy I actually knew a little bit of Angola before. I mean, it was a real experience when you carried us a few years ago. And thank you. That's all I gotta say. Thank you. In Anguilla now in January, I got a call about a week or two. I did a little bit of traveling. Spaniard and I were actually in St. Kitts for their carnival, for their Juve. And I just came back and I got a message from Barry Hype Barry Hype, who's resides in Miami from St. Lucia, sorry. And he was like, yo, Rhythm Master, I have this gig in Anguilla, and his usual DJ that he would carry is booked out, can't make it, can't get the flights connected. So he was looking for somebody close enough that he could fly down just to do a quick gig. It was a corporate private gig, and he was like, he hit me up. So I was like, why not? So got all the information sorted, boom, bam, bam. In 2 weeks, I'm in Anguilla again. So luckily, because of you, Kenny, because I was, already in Anguilla, I was exposed to the music, so I was ready. When I say I was ready. Everything went well, it was a great vibe. I didn't, unfortunately, get to meet up with anybody we would have seen or, knew in 2014, 2015 when we went down. But still, just being in Anguilla for the first time a few years ago, I was exposed to the music, I kept up with the music, so it helped me to deliver this time around.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and of course, I just want to encourage you guys to continue doing your thing. I just want to let you know that what you guys are doing is awesome, and you need to continue doing it. And we're looking forward for some more great things from Rhythm Master and Spaniard in the future. All right, so guys, I'm gonna go off into my next segment of the show. I only do an hour now. Can't play people music now on the show. We can't make a copyright left, right, and center. So it's different. But it's all good. It's a better platform this way. But thank you. You guys are officially the first guest I've had on the show for the new format. So another bit of history being made. All right.
Thank you,
so respect once again. And I'm looking forward for some more great things from you two guys. All right.
Big up
Thanks
to you,
for having us, Kenny, man. It was really appreciated. Thanks for the feature and thanks for everything. Overall, thank you for the experience in life as well.
I try.
Guys, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms.
Yeah, give out your social media information.
DJ Rhythm Master 268 on all social media platforms. Check it out and look over some of the things, because even though we have to do social distancing, we have some things down the pipeline that you need to follow up. So just look over it. Can you pick up yourself one time?
All right, bless. Rhythm Master, what you're gonna say?
Oh well, I'm like I said, I can't hear him, so I have my socials. You can follow me on everything. This would be Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, just at DJ RIDDIM MASTER. One word, DJ Rhythm Master.
All right, Rhythm Master.
SoundCloud as well. SoundCloud. That's where all the good stuff at.
Yes, that's very important. All right. Thank you so much once again for joining me, man. Enough respect, and I do appreciate it. And you guys continue doing your thing. All right.
Bless up, man. Take care.
All right, then. Okay, guys. So we're going to go take a very short pause for calls. Got to go pay some bills. Let me say good morning to the diva, Claudette CB Peters, who was watching this. She said, big up to you guys. So let's go take this commercial break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at some hot topics. And I'm going to take a look at some news from across the region in terms of newspapers. Keep it up.
Hey neighbor, what's up?
Hey man, Karen's complaining about the noise. I'm gonna need you to turn down the music a little bit. Oh, Shaq! Is that the new Radio Shack self-powered wireless speaker system? That subwoofer looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And is that the 4-channel mixer with the built-in SD card reader?
Yeah, it's pretty...
Oh my Shaq! You got the battery-operated 12-inch PA speaker as well?
Well, Radio Shack is my go-to place for all my DJ and audio gear, with the best prices in town.
Awesome! And is that a Bluetooth... Wait, DJ Kenny, are you having a party? How come we weren't invited?
Visit Radio Shack today for all your audio needs.
That workout was intense. Let's grab some water.
No prob. I'll go get it. Here you go, Jess.
Think you said you were going to get water.
So, what's this?
I need a water that is just as good as that workout.
Okay.
I only drink Oasis Water because it's the most trusted brand and the only locally produced water that is internationally certified.
Wait, a big thing's that?
Yeah, it's the only water that tests in their own lab at Dunbar's and sent to Canada for further testing.
So you would tell me Oasis have a Canadian visa and me not have none yet?
All I'm saying, trust the brand. It's so good, it's asked for by name.
So, what am I to do with this water, yeah?
Well, you can go home and throw me in your iron.
Oasis Water, a product of the Antigua Distillery and distributed island-wide by Premier Beverages.
Subway for you, Subway for me.
Subway Reckless Street is open for delivery and curbside pickup orders only. So go to the Quick Serve website or download the app for delivery orders. Or call us at 562-5539 or 562-5639 to place your orders for curbside pickup at Subway. We are here for you.
Subway for you, Subway for me.
Welcome back to the Mass Breathers Morning Show. Good morning to everybody right now. We're going to go take a look at some hot topic issues, some big things that happened over the past couple of days. And we're going to start things off with this story right here. Okay, so I don't know how many of you follow strongman, but Hafthor Bjornsson became the first man to deadlift 501 kg. Now, for perspective, 501 kilograms, it's 1,104 pounds. Well, 1,104.52 pounds. Let's get it exact right down to the nitty gritty. Now, many of you may know him as the actor who played the Mountain on the Game of Thrones. However, he's also a strongman athlete and was the 2018 World's Strongest Man. He is regarded by many as the strongest man in the world. Now, with his deadlift, he broke the record of Eddie Hall, who is also a former World's Strongest Man, who lifted 500 kg back in 2016. Thor, as he's known by many, became the second man, only the second man, to deadlift 500 kg or more, and has said that his goal is to lift 520 kg. I'm going to give you a bit of his lift so you can take a look at it. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is Hafthor Bjornsson. He's about to lift 501 kg. For perspective, I don't know many people who can even lift 800 pounds. And he's lifted 1,104 pounds. So take a watch. Take a look at this, people. Wow. 501 kilograms lifted from the floor. That was the man Thor, Hafthor Bjornsson, and he became just the second man to pull 500 or more kg in a deadlift. Wow. And some other news here. Who remembers Dunkaroos? Remember the snack Dunkaroos? Well, General Mills, the company that owns Dunkaroos, had a promotion and were giving away 5,000 free packs of the popular 90s dipping snack. But it was gone in just seconds. Now, the promotion may have worked too well because some people were saying that the giveaway, they took to Twitter and said that the giveaway, the site may have actually crashed, or it was rigged, or it was simply a publicity stunt. Now, General Mills says that's not the case. There were simply thousands of people on the site waiting for a chance to get their hands on the first packs of the revitalized 90s snack, and 5,000 spots filled up super fast. The good news, though, is that the frustrated fans who weren't able to get any, Dunkaroos will be making a comeback, and they're going to be in some stores starting by late May, and then they're going to be nationwide across more groceries and convenience stores later this summer. You guys actually remember Dunkaroos for real? Dunkaroos, remember it? Now, it's unclear if there will be any more flavors than the vanilla cookie and the vanilla frosting with rainbow sprinkles that was used in the giveaway, but we'll have to wait and see. But if you remember Dunkaroos, they're going to be making a comeback. So if you're a fan of that back in the 90s, here's a chance to get some more. Now, here's a bit of horse racing news, and this one is pretty interesting. Secretariat wins the 2020 Kentucky Derby. Or did he? Now, Secretariat pulled ahead of Citation in the final stretch of the Kentucky Derby Saturday. And if you're wondering what year it is, don't worry, it's still 2020. Let me explain. This weekend would have marked the opening day of the 146th annual horse racing event in Churchill Downs over in Louisiana, which was postponed for the first time ever since World War II. And while they couldn't get real thoroughbreds on the track, the crafty minds working the event created a virtual simulation race instead, with Triple Crown winners from the past. Yes. So he was like, Kenny Secretariat? That horse is an old horse. What are you talking about? Well, it was a virtual race. Now, this included legendary horses like Secretariat, Citation, War Admiral, Seattle Slew, Affirmed, Assault, Sir Baton, Willowa, Omaha, Count Fleet, and more recent races like American Pharaoh and Justify, all spanning different decades dating back to the 1900s. Now, the way it worked is that programmers entered each horse's stats into a computer system, which took into account their odds as well. And then it spits out a random number to assign to each horse. So while the Secretariat was the 7-2 favorite to win, it didn't necessarily mean he was going to, even though he actually did. It was a fun experiment, but it also proved why the proverbial GOAT, the greatest of all time of horse racing, is the king. By the way, if you're wondering what Little C Biscuit, who defeated War Admiral once upon a time, wasn't included, well, it's because he never competed in any Triple Crown races. But we think he could probably hold his own in that race, though. All right, so that was some horse racing action. Imagine that, virtual horse racing. I want to play a clip of it. Let me see if I can play a clip of it. So just for your own viewing benefit, you can actually see a clip of the race, a little bit of it. Remember, it's a virtual race, right? So it's a made-up race. But I want to show you a clip nonetheless so you can get a feel for it. So let's take a look at this right here. Let's get this going. All right. All right. Well, there you have it there with regards to that race. I love technology, man. Technology makes something like this possible where you can virtually get a race that you would never, ever, ever have gotten in life. All right, so we're going to go to one more. Well, I have two more hot topic issues that I want to share with you. Here's one. President Trump is glad that Kim Jong-un is doing okay. North Korea's state-run media is apparently good enough for President Trump. He's taken their word that Kim Jong-un has a clean bill of health ahead of him at face value, congratulating the guy on his alleged bounce back. The president of the United States tweeted Saturday, a day after photos surfaced of Kim at some ribbon cutting ceremony at a factory there, which the media claims were taken this weekend as proof that Kim Jong-un is still kicking, and didn't question the authenticity of the video. Trump said, "I, for one, am glad to see he's back and well." His words came in the form of a retweet from a user who put up the photos and a caption that reads, "Kim Jong-un cut the tape at the ceremony marking the completion of the Sungcheon prosthetic fertilizer factory in Sungcheon." All right, so that is an article there with regards to President Trump and Kim Jong-un, and the fact that, you know, there was a lot of rumor and speculation on social media saying, "No, he's dead," and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. But this is just some news that he's not. And actually, I have a video here to show him walking about from that alleged factory opening. So this is a bit of that. All right. So if you can see him here. This is the video that was put out on social media and so on and so forth. All right. So I'm going to get into a few more things here. Then we're going to take a commercial break. We only have like 4 minutes to go in the show. There is something else I want to add here. I want to show here for you. Now, where are all the Mike Tyson fans? Are there Mike Tyson fans out there? I want you guys to get in on this quickly. All the Mike Tyson fans out there, I want you to take a look at this quickly. I'm going to play a clip of something here for you that shows Mike Tyson working out. And I want to ask you if you believe that Mike Tyson can still get it in the ring. Do you think that he still has the chops to box? Maybe not young professional boxers now, but do you think he can still hold his own in the ring? I'm going to show you this, and you tell me if this is impressive to you or not. Here's a look at Mike Tyson. Tell me if this is impressive to you or not. I'm going to play this for you. Watch this. Hey, listen, that looks like it hurts. That looks like it really, 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 really hurts. Let's take a look at that again, man. Let's take a look at this again. All right, this is Mike Tyson. This video came out today, I think, or yesterday. This is him training. All right, take a look at this. Let's watch this again. Hey, I wouldn't want to be that guy right there. Padding or not, I wouldn't want to be that guy right there. So there's Mike Tyson there. Folks, it's just about a minute up until 10 o'clock. I'm going to get out of here. I just wanted to share one more article from the Daily Observer. We didn't get to share anything from the news across the region. I do apologize. But maybe tomorrow I'll give you those same stories. So this is no beach linemen on Labor Day, police warn. You know, today is Labor Day in Antigua and Barbuda, and the police warn that there's no beach linemen on Labor Day. Now, police have stepped up patrols of the nation's hundreds of beaches to ensure strict compliance over the Labor Day weekend. Today may be a public holiday, but beaches remain a no-go zone until tomorrow. They reopen to the public as of 6 a.m. Tuesday morning and can be visited for therapeutic purposes only from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekdays, only under the current lockdown restrictions. The move has been welcomed by many of those wishing to bathe or exercise, but residents are being reminded that gathering of any kinds are still strictly prohibited as the country battles on the stem of the coronavirus spread. No more than 2 persons from the same household will be allowed on any beach during the allotted time. Beach picnics and food in general, along with music, are also banned for now. Boat owners wishing to get out on the water may do so only for fishing, not leisure. No more than 5 people sitting 6 feet apart should be on board. Any form of loitering, liming, or sightseeing is strictly prohibited, a statement from the police communications arm said. The public is further reminded that only 2 persons from the same household should be seen traveling in the same vehicle at any given time. The social distancing guidelines must always be followed, and the mandatory wearing of masks in public is expected to be adhered to. The statement added the police administration wishes everyone an enjoyable and incident-free Labor Day weekend and trusts all efforts will be made to stay safe and be protected from the coronavirus. Current curfew restrictions remain in place until May 14th. Well, that's going to bring us to the end of the Mass Breathers Morning Show. I want to say thank you for all those who tuned in. I really had a good time with you today. Of course, it's a brand new format today where that we're not really playing music. We're just giving you more information and we're taking it from there. And that is what it looks like today. All right. So until tomorrow on the show, I'm going to be joined with Colin James. He's going to be on the, no, I'm sorry. Tomorrow, I'm going to be joined with Tavia Hunt. She's going to be joining me tomorrow. On Wednesday, I'm going to be joined by Colin James. So make sure you follow the Mass Breathers Morning Show as we give you all bits of information and everything that you can get only here. Some real exclusive content. Big up and thank you to Rhythm Master and the Spaniard for joining me this morning. Thank you guys so much for that. And we're looking forward to seeing all the great things that are in place from you guys. All right, so until next time, peace and love. I'm going to make my exit. Thank you for all those who tuned in. Of course, you've been listening to the Mass Breathers Morning Show.